you for leading the parade. What does it mean to you?
This means everything to me. It's mainly for my family, though. My family came here after the war. They came with nothing, and they came here and built all this up, and they gave me the opportunity to be here today. So I do it for them, and I do it for these beautiful ladies down here. These are my best friends. They're amazing.
How many, sorry, I got to adjust my mic. How many years have you been hanging around the parade? Is this obviously not your first time in and around the parade, right?
I've been going to the parade for as long as I can remember. I remember we just got a flashback from 2011 of me being here with my friends, waving the flags, walking down the street, and I said one day I'm going to try and become a queen, and here we are.
And if you didn't try, you did it?
Somehow I did it.
Look at this. All of State Street is yours. It's open. I'll hop off your parade float and let you enjoy the day with your gals, all right?
Much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Splendid personification of Italian excellence, beauty, and class.
And family, too. You know,
Absolutely.
she talks about how important her family's heritage story is to her, and it's really the tie that binds in so many Italian communities. You know, and if you grow up with Italian friends, if you know, you know, right?
You know, you know.
The Sunday sauce and you know, and the food and the love and the culture that keeps them binded from one generation to the next.
And I grew up eating the salad last, which my American friends think that's odd, but did you grow up that way as well?
Absolutely.
So you don't
digest.
You didn't want to fill up. You got to have the pasta. You don't want to fill up on all the salad and the bread. You got to get to it.
Speaking of the Queen's family float here, there you have some of her family members right there. Her mom, Lori Giannini of Baird and Warner. Ava's aunt, Teresa Giannini, Uncle Mike Fazio, their entertainment venues, Draft Bar, Chicago, and Goat Village in Norwich. And they've also asked that we remember the Columbus Day Queen's grandmother, Marie Giannini.
Now this year we're dedicating it to returning to your roots. Pasquale, where is your family from?
Actually, most of my roots from this year's Region of Honor from Sicily. My grandfather Pasquale from Palermo, and my maternal grandfather Dominic from Corleone. I also have my beautiful grandmother Rosa from Puglia, who's watching from home.
And you were in Puglia this summer.
Yes, it's always great to go see family. They welcome you with open arms, and you know, it's as if it was a ticker tape parade.
Yeah, and it helps that you're fluent in the language. Did you grow up fluent?
You know what, I certainly honed my language skills studying abroad in Rome, but I grew up with a wonderful base of grandparents and speaking, and you know, a lot of the bad words were the ones I learned first, of course.
Those are the only ones I still know.
And I just spoke with a linguistics expert for a story not too long ago at DePaul University, and she said it's exactly that. It's the grandmother effect, the nonna of the family, that really helps to pass down the language from one generation to the next. It's what creates the greatest likelihood that the children and the grandchildren will be able to preserve that part of their heritage.
And it looks like we're getting a look at Gina Giorgetti. Since 1941, Gina Giorgetti has been Chicago's original Tuscan steakhouse. In 1969, the son-in-law of the founder, Tony Durpetti, took the helm, and they lost Tony just a few weeks ago. We are sending our best to his family. He was an icon. He was just an icon restaurateur in this city.
He was indeed. Tony passed away last year. He was a prince among men, and I salute his family, daughter Michelle, her husband Colin, and of course Tony's late wife Marion Durpetti.
We say hello to the officers from the Melrose Park Police Department with Mayor Ronald Serpico and the Nina Ship Float. The Nina sounds familiar to me. Does it not, from history class?
Oh yeah, you're going to see all three ships shortly.
Also, my splendid mother, Nina, who's out here watching the parade today, and of course carrying on the legacy of Columbus, who crossed the ocean blue in 1492.
And Mayor Ronald Serpico, a frequent supporter of the Columbus Day Parade. Today he honors his grandfather, Dom Serpico, who immigrated to the village in the early part of the 20th century. And I'd be remiss if we didn't mention Dom DeFrisco this early in the broadcast. Your grandfather, Pasquale, he really built such a great culture with the Italian-American community here in Chicago.
Thank you for that, Ryan. You know what? He was just a splendid human being. He was my role model in life. He stood in this very broadcast booth for 46 years. It's a tremendous honor to carry on in that legacy and this beautiful tradition here in Chicago that we have on Columbus Day.
Yep, and we are going to talk a lot more about Dom throughout the broadcast because it just wouldn't be just if we didn't. But we are seeing, there's the Nina ship right there.
Yes. Oh, and this, you know, I crossed Tony's Fresh Market on Clark Street trying to get into the station this morning. The renowned grocery store, founded in 1979 with big dreams and an unprecedented work ethic. You know, any ethnic community in the city of Chicago knows that if you're looking for those items in order to pass down your food traditions, Tony's is the place to be. It's not just for Italian families.
And
it's for many others.
Domenico Gambino is one of the finest men, not only in our community, in our city, in the entire United States of America. He quietly helps our community behind the scenes on a continual basis. Thank you, Domenico.
And there you're seeing the Supreme Lobster and Seafood Company on the Santa Maria ship, the largest of the three ships. Christopher Columbus is being portrayed by Jet Hartman, and Queen Isabella from Spain, who financed the voyage, she's portrayed by Juliana Onesti. And how convenient, there's lobster on the ship.
Oh.
The Supreme Lobster and Seafood Company is the leading distributor of fresh and frozen products in the Midwest and the Las Vegas region, serving more than 5,000 restaurants and supermarkets.
And here we go, panning down now to our friends. There we are back at Tony's Fresh Market, and just behind them, we have that Supreme Lobster and Seafood Company ship.
Dominic Stramalia, Supreme Lobster, another outstanding individual in our community.
Oh, and look at this. We got a drum line, folks. Lincoln's Challenge Academy, the marching band, color guard, drum line, and marchers.
We got our music. We're talking food. So many great Italian restaurants. I try to give as many shout-outs as I can. But La Scarola is where I spent my birthday. That's the tradition.
Well,
I was born on Columbus Day, so I have to do this parade every year.
And a happy belated birthday to you, Ryan. La Scarola also has a dish named after none other than my friend here.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I get pictures all the time from friends saying, is this coincidence? Is Cheverini just like Smith in Italian? But no, my good friends Armando and Joey, I'm in there so often they had to just name the dish after me, because I always ordered rigatoni with meatballs and a vodka sauce. You can't go wrong with that. So it's the Cheverini rigatoni.
It's excellent.
What an honor.
It really is. But it's really become tradition every year. The Chicago Italian-American Charitable Organization making its way down State Street. This organization gives thousands of dollars in scholarships to deserving entry-level college students every year, including those with physical challenges. President Lou Scaramuzzo and over 100 members also pass out more than 800 baskets of food for Thanksgiving every year for those in need. It's all about giving back, sharing our culture and community, and inclusion. And that was another big point for Dom, was inclusion of every culture.
No question. Columbus Day is about celebrating multiculturalism and what Columbus's voyages ultimately represent, which is the blending together of worlds to create this wonderful American project of ours. Not only the Italians, but all of the hundreds of millions of immigrants that crossed an ocean and contributed to this country in a very meaningful way.
You know, the Italians make great entertainers.
That's very true.
And indeed, we have great entertainment here. Never thought I'd see an Italian flag on stilts.
Yeah,
and yet that's what we have.
Yesterday for my birthday, I wrestled a sumo wrestler, but I'm not going to try this. I'm going to stop at the sumo. Yeah.
He's not lying, folks.
No.
I saw the video.
Yeah, we showed it last night on ABC7 News. I'll be doing a feature story on that. But yeah, that's where I draw the line, is sumo. I know my boundaries here.
I mentioned my lack of musical talent, and this is a bit fortuitous as I'm coming out of a cold. There's a seminal 1966 Esquire piece by Gay Talese, Frank Sinatra Has a Cold, in which he's writing a feature about Sinatra, and because of his cold, his most powerful tool, his voice, is neutralized. He says, Sinatra with a cold is like Picasso without paint, Ferrari without fuel, even worse. The Italians are so into what makes our art and the expression of life beautiful, and we see that certainly on display here today.
Yeah.
We have Trine Construction making its way down State Street.
Along with America's tenor, Christopher Macchio.
And Trine Construction say they are proud to be celebrating their 50th year in business, the recipient of multiple awards throughout the construction and underground utility industry. Its president, Mike Rendina, said he's proud to carry on the legacy of his parents, Michele and Lucille Rendina. Says there's no better way to celebrate 50 years than to join fellow Italian Americans on Columbus Day in this great city of Chicago with great weather today. Access Warehouse and Logistics, located in North Riverside. Lincoln's Challenge Academy combines classroom instruction, service to the community, life skills, job skills, computer literacy, and physical training to give young people their best shot at success in life.
And there's Mr. Macchio, the wonderfully talented man who delivered our national anthem as we started the parade this morning.
And let's take a listen. Talent. We have so many great Italian singers. Pavarotti always jumps to mind first, and I actually share a birthday with Pavarotti as well. October 12th, just gorgeous sights that we're seeing here. Ancona Jewelers, you of course know them, established in 1983 by Vito and Grace Ancona, and now it's led by their three sons, and the jeweler has long been celebrated as a trusted destination for jewelry and beauty. Ancona Jewelers is visiting and inviting community to discover a legacy of family, luxury, and hospitality at their new flagship showroom on Lake Street in Addison.
And if you don't say it with diamonds, you're saying it with flags and food, because that's how they're living it up there on the Ancona float.
Of course, we do celebrate the holiday now on the second Monday of October, which is when it entered the Federal Register of Holidays in 1973 along with Martin Luther King Day. But October 12th is the original Columbus Day, first declared by President Benjamin Harrison in 1892, which was the 400th anniversary of Columbus's first voyage, and a result of the mass lynching in 1891 in New Orleans of 11 Italian immigrants.
Yeah, I always wanted the day off of school growing up. I thought, hey, it's only fair.
Yeah.
They made me go to school.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
I think some schools have it off, but the one I went to certainly didn't.
Yeah. Man, what a party on Ancona's float here.
And then, of course, we have the Greco and Sons float, our family of honor, and of course, in honor of Sonny Santino Greco. Greco and Sons, of course, is a leader in food service industry as an importer, distributor, and manufacturer all across the country. They deliver world-class Italian sausages. They take pride in the vast product line that they've come to create. And we want to salute their patriarch and founder as well, Pasquale Greco.
And what a talent they have on their float there, singing. Well done, Greco and Sons. Out to the parade route we go now with Greg Dutra.
You're talking about talent. Let me show you talent. We got some talent right here. Is the Grand Marshal of the parade, Chaz. Right over Bronx Tale, performer over Bronx Tale, adapted into a movie with a little guy, Robert De Niro, full-blooded Sicilian as well.
That's right.
And thank you very much for coming out to our parade. What does it mean to be leading this parade down State
It's
Street?
my pleasure. You kidding me? It's Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Really Columbus Day now.
It is, and we're rolling down. You got all of Chicago ahead of you. What does it mean to see all these people out here supporting you guys today?
Well, I mean, it's really important because I always celebrate every Columbus Day. It's our day for celebration. We've been doing it over 100 years, never any violence, never trouble, and now it's our day, just us. God forbid, God willing, the other people, they can have their own day, but this is for the Italian Americans.
Thank you very much. You got a nice little ride here, so I'm not going to hold you up too long. I'd like you guys got the paper down on the seats of the rolls, because,
It's a beautiful car. Let's do the right thing.
And a beautiful day to enjoy the weather, so thank you very much for coming out.
Chicago. God bless.
Take care.
Yeah, very deserving for our Grand Marshal. Bronx Tale has so many life lessons in that film. You got the door test, right? Find out if she really loves you.
Better than the Mario test.
Yes, yes.
And of course, the vehicle parading Chaz down State Street, driven by Joe Perillo. We're eternally grateful to Joe Perillo BMW and Gold Coast Motors for all they do for our parade every year.
Just behind them, we have the Old Neighborhood Italian American Club float. The Old Neighborhood started in 1981, bringing friends and neighbors together, those folks living in or who had moved from the Chinatown, Armour Square, Bridgeport communities. They are, as we see Chaz waving here, just behind him, they are led by their president, Captain D.
Captain D. DeFazio, again, first of the first of all classes. And I want to wish a happy birthday to Marlene Salvato, who's marching along with her husband Butch. There you see the bust of Columbus. And then, of course, the Oniac float in dedication to my grandfather, Dominic DeFrisco, who was a founding member. And I am, of course, a very, very proud member of this club that does so much good in the community through scholarships, through veteran programs, a breakfast with Santa every year they do for kids with special needs. This is just a terrific organization and a celebration of all things good about our neighborhoods in Chicago.
Yeah, and Fred Barbara, we have a picture of him from 1981. We'd like to show you. There you go. He's got the sash and everything. Very proud Italian.
The sash and the stash.
The sash and the stash. Yes, he has been a part of the Columbus Day Parade for a very long time. Maybe as long as your family, Pasquale.
Fred is truly a prince among men. He is one of the finest people I've come to know. Incredibly charitable. We're so honored to have him as the Grand Marshal this year. He's done a terrific job, and we look forward to continuing to honor him and his family's legacy here in Chicago. What a wonderful self-made story, and who also hails from the Bridgeport neighborhood.
Tell me a little bit, I mean, Pasquale, give me a little bit of context. I mean, we all know Chicago, the city of neighborhoods. And the beautiful thing about Chicago is how we preserve our heritage in each of these little pockets in the city. Why, you know, from your perspective, why is it so important that we have these places that we can go to, that we call Little Italy, so that we can celebrate what these beautiful people have brought to our city and to our country?
You hit it right on the head, Tanya. This is what makes Chicago such a special city. These terrific enclaves where you can go, and even if they've changed over time, you get a flair of what generations of people came and fought for and clawed their way into this American dream of ours. And it's demonstrated through food and through artistic expression. We have such a beautiful city and so much to celebrate.
And we're going to send it down to Greg Dutra right now.
Well, I have from Italy, from Sicily, right?
The town of Frank Sinatra's grandparents.
Yes, so did you grew up next to his house, or is the house in the town?
No, it was close by.
It was close by? I mean, it's all small there. It's a little place.
Knows everyone, yeah.
So you came from Italy.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, we'll say.
Yeah.
Live in Chicago, and you've been coming to the parade for years and years.
Yes.
People, right?
We gather a lot of people, and we come all together. We are proud to be Italian. Woo! So I wish every Italian will participate in Columbus Day Parade, because we have to honor, our country too. We live in this country, and we thank God that this country gives a lot of opportunity to us, but we should not forget our heritage.
Do you guys, so you've been doing this for a long time, is it just the parade? Do you make a day out of it?
We make a day out of it.
What's the day like? I need to know now, and I need the invite next year.
Every year when we come, afterwards, then we go out to eat. We go to the Million Park, we go around.
In bed by 9?
No. 12.
Well, enjoy the parade. Thank you very much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you
problem.
so much. And I want to say something else.
Oh, no. I want to hear what
He
she
does
has.
a fantastic job in everything that he does for the Italian culture.
Ron, right?
Ron.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
it's wonderful.
Yes. All right.
Viva l'Italia!
You're Italia, yeah. She was thanking Ron, of course, and we all know this thing does not happen without Ron Onesti, guys.
Yeah, Ron Onesti, the president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. He works tirelessly with his team to put this on every year, and it just keeps getting bigger and better each year.
We just had our Michael Tayden float. Thanks to Michael Tayden and family. Again, some of the great heroes in our community. Mike Tayden, Marina Cartage. Next we have Scatchels Beef and Pizza out of Cicero, owned by the Lovato family. This legendary West Side staple for hot dogs, Italian beef sandwiches, and pizza was established in 1953.
There you go. So much good food. So much great Italian food. Valaria, another one of my spots. I think I always see you there.
Benny's the best.
Yeah, Benny's the
How many
best.
spots do you have?
A lot of spots. I got a guy.
You got a guy. You know a guy. I know a guy too.
Well, Chicago beef is Italian beef is an interesting one. Distinctly Chicago sandwich. You won't find. You go to New York, they have no idea what an Italian beef is.
Yeah, nobody does it like Chicago. Here's the Italian-American Executives of Transportation float under President Vito D'Ambrosio. The membership of more than 400 have raised funds for countless organizations and initiatives. It's one of the most active groups in the entire community, and performing on the float today, Joe Martino.
Let's listen to that voice for a little bit. I hear a marching band pulling up behind.
Yep. Before that, though, we'll give a shout-out to Vantia Security and Investigations, Chicago-born investigations firm that tackles complex criminal and civil cases across the country and around the world. Sergio Ciratella is a former parade chairman and a proud dual citizen of Italy and the U.S. And Sergio pursued the American dream nearly 2 decades ago when launching the firm, and he can proudly say he is living the dream.
And watch these folks march, the Kelly College Prep Marching Trojans. A rich tradition of performance within the Chicago public school system. Over the years, the band has received many honors and superior ratings at citywide and statewide competitions. The students are recognized among the elite musicians in the CPS system. They say they are very happy to be here yet again at the Columbus Day Parade.
And then, Pasquale, you see the Buckingham's convertible. With top 5 hits in 1967, the Buckinghams ruled the charts with King of a Drag, Susan, Mercy, 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 Don't You Care, Hey Baby, They're Playing Our Song.
But first, we have the Chicago Guard of Pipes and Drums. Members who are active, former, or retired law enforcement officers saying that they are dedicated to honoring veterans and first responders who have sacrificed in the defense of their country. You know, Ryan, I was talking to one of our producers at ABC7 before the parade. Her name is Brianna. She's a proud Italian-American, also proudly from a Polish family. I said, what's more Chicago than that? A good Italian girl meets a good Polish boy, or a good Irish boy.
Yeah, I'm Italian-Irish. My mother's maiden name was McWhorter.
Well, the first Sister City program in Chicago was Chicago Warsaw, and number 2 was Chicago Milan, of which I proudly serve as co-chair.
And here comes the Italian-American Police Association. President Phil Tenerelli leads the group, comprised of current and former officers from departments all around the Chicagoland area. The fraternal organization began in 1963 and embraces all law enforcement officers of Italian heritage in the state of Illinois.
I see officers from Lamont. We have Chicago Ridge represented here. That's right, folks. Blare your sirens.
Western Springs, Moni, the Chicago PD. This is the type of escort Pasquale gets on a Friday night.
Hello, River Grove as well.
And earlier I did see a dedication to your late grandfather, Dominic DeFrisco. Just about everybody associated with this parade wants to thank Dom, and to see it literally on the float, I hope you saw that.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was. And his spirit will live forever in this parade.
Joe Martucci, Cadillac. That's riding in style right there.
With his granddaughter, last year's queen, Eva Selvaggi.
Look how dapper he looks.
Joe, retired president, Teamsters Local 714, dear family friend.
Dear family friend and style icon. I love that. Ryan, don't you have a blazer in that color?
I actually do.
I know you do.
And people call me Ron Burgundy when I wear it, but it is true Italian. That's Italian red.
Well, it looks lovely on you both. The village of Norridge coming through now.
Yep, partnering with its community, the Norridge Police recognizing the changing needs of its community and law enforcement's role in addressing those needs. They provide a full range of police services, including patrol operations, criminal investigations, crime prevention, education, traffic, and parking enforcement. The Movers and Shakers Dance Company. They're moving and shaking down State Street. See, Tanya, I think you should leave the booth for 2 minutes and go show us how it's done.
What? You've never seen me dance, Ryan. It's ill-advised. Ill-advised, folks.
Yeah, it's the first time for everything. It will make great TV, don't you think, Pasquale?
No question about it.
Pasquale, only if you join me. Only if you join me in this crossover step here.
Celebrating Italian culture and community. And we keep talking about return to your roots. I was recently doing some research on my family's roots. We always thought we were from Abruzzo, and there still are a lot of Gavarinis in Abruzzo, but I found out we have more in Tuscany now.
Interesting.
And
wine country.
Maybe it's always been that way. Yeah, that explains a lot.
But isn't it amazing how we can kind of micro research where our DNA comes from? These, you know, in this day and age. I did my 23andMe. You know, I've talked often about my heritage. My mom from South America, my father from Eastern Europe. But, you know, the DNA-wise, we're broadly Southern European with a little bit from none other than Sardinia.
Which is...
That was unexpected.
A beautiful land. Benny from Volare hails from Sardinia. There's maybe 24 Sardinians in total in Chicago. Very, very rare. Most of the immigrants that came here were from southern Italy, from Sicily. And I'll tell you, my roots, primarily Sicilian, people ask me, you don't even look Italian. That's because there was a very lengthy Normandic invasion of Sicily in which many of the darker skin, the genes were commingled with blue eyes and blonde hair, and now you have kind of a hodgepodge in Sicily. It's funny, genetics, the way it works.
Yes, Norwood Park Township makes its way down. Pasquale, is there anywhere in Italy that you are dying to go but you haven't been?
Ooh, good question.
I have never been to Calabria. I don't have family from Calabria, but they're known for their spicy food and hard heads. But it's supposed to be a beautiful place because it's relatively untouched by tourists. So you won't hear too much English being spoken there. It's on my list.
As we take a look at Scott Harris Hospitality Group and their float. Honored to have Scott Harris as our Columbus Day Parade Chairman. He's a culinary superstar with countless awards and 18 restaurant locations, including Francesca's and Davanti Concepts.
Scott was our chairman last year, of course, did a terrific job. And then, of course, we have the Justinian Society of Lawyers, of which I am a proud member. They are the Italian legal society led by President Catherine Caifano Localo, and its board, which is rounded out by Michael Bertucci, Judge Jill Cerrone Marisi, Michael Greco, Sarah LaRose, and Dominic Laverty.
And now we shout out Scott Harris, our 2024 Columbus Day Parade Chairman. There's his hospitality group float. He is, as Ryan said, a culinary superstar. Lots of awards.
Hey, we recognize those faces.
Hey,
Let's
you
go.
guys recognize look, Larry Barrett.
How's it going?
Good. You got your own Bentley this year?
I know, it's a nice little ride, isn't it?
It is
Very
a
nice,
sweet
very nice.
little ride. A beautiful purple paint job, and what a day, right, man?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. We got to get a karaoke machine like those other floats, though.
That would be
so
superb.
Fun.
That would be
fun.
superb. You can lead the way, though.
Oh, I can't sing. You can do it.
All right, and then the next one, see you, Larry. And then who do we have here? Oh, would you look at that? It's another Bentley in our own Judy Sue and Ravi. What's up, Ravi?
How are you, Greg? Great to be here. Great to be part of this amazing tradition in Chicago along with Judy.
Hey, any day we can ride in the back of a convertible on State Street and wave to you, we'll do it.
Well, I'm just surprised that you let somebody else drive your car, Judy. I always see you park this so nicely in the garage, so it's nice to see you let someone else take it out for a spin today.
It's good to be here and a great turnout on a beautiful day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could be in coats. We could be tank tops.
Yeah,
This is like perfect.
You kept the rain away. Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
It seems like you guys have fun as a team.
We really do.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
And I will say that Ravi is first to volunteer his time when it comes to anything with the Italian community. He was at our Italian Columbus Day dinner the other night at Bellevue. Anytime I say, hey, I'm doing this for the Italian American community, he goes, I'm in. And he comes to the parade. He spreads the love and the message of the Italian community, and largest all-boys Catholic high school in the state of Illinois with 7 Italian classes. And these students have participated in exchange programs with the Niles Italian sister city Pisa and in a virtual exchange program with high school students in Rome. Italian culture alive and well at Notre Dame College Prep.
Let's have a listen. And what a beautiful sight behind them there. Gulo. And is this the Notre Dame Italian program there, carrying that beautiful big old Italian flag? What a sight to see.
And Giovanni Gulo is a former parade chairman and president and CEO of Gulo International Development Corporation, an accomplished and thriving real estate development firm that specializes in industrial properties in the Chicago O'Hare market since 1968.
And of course his daughter Marianne, who's also a former chair of the parade. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention our reviewing stand announcers here on the street at the Teamsters Joint Council 25 semi-truck. We have Mayor Richard Pellegrino, Elmwood Park Mayor Angelo Skip-Saviano, River Grove Mayor Kathy Aducci, Mayor Dave Garrett, and Leiden Township Supervisor Rocco Viscalia.
So we were talking Italian restaurants, and I don't think I've ever asked you this, but have either of you been to Ignatz?
24th and Oakley.
Yes.
Now that is a historic Tuscan neighborhood, which was once part of the powerful 25th ward of then Alderman Vito Marzullo, who was a legend in Chicago. And there's that little pocket still left of Italian, Ignatz, Bruna's, there's Il Vicinato on Western, and it's a lovely community.
It really is, and I discovered it because I play hockey with the owner, who's an amazing goalie on top of being an amazing chef. So Ignatz, check it out. I know it's the short for Ignazio.
Here we have the Elk Grove Village Italian Sister Cities float. Giovanni Gulo, the proud founder of the Elk Grove Village Italian Sister Cities, uniting Elk Grove Village and Termini Iberese, Sicily, in the county of Cook in the region of Palermo, and Zihuatanejo, Mexico. What a beautiful thing to have this Sister Cities program, not just in the city of Chicago, but also for our smaller municipalities and surrounding areas.
It is indeed. That's another brainchild of the Gulo family, who they've been able to bring together cultures that otherwise would have been unbeknownst to each other, and sharing in the wonderful traditions that have now opened up a whole new world to its participants.
Now, earlier in the broadcast, I talked about eating salad last in the Italian family. But what about putting bread upside down on the table? Is that bad luck? Is that
upside down?
If you put bread upside down on the table, it's apparently bad luck. No?
Oh, you know why you've never heard of that one? Because as soon as the bread gets put on the table, it gets picked up by everybody there.
It's gone. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. It could be an Italian loaf or a good focaccia.
When I was in Italy, it was remarkable to me to see how late they eat dinner in Italy. Obviously, right. Italian Americans, we eat dinner a little bit earlier, but they're there. They do not.
Oh, they would recoil at the 5:30 dinner going crowd. You walk
most
into
places don't even open till 7:30
right.
anyway.
You try to walk into a restaurant at 5:30 in Italy, they'll ask you if everything's okay.
Society Burgio for Women, a women's organization since 1953. It focuses on Italian culture and social activities. They say they've experienced a resurgence lately, a lot of events celebrating Italian traditions in a fun social setting. And I love the traditional dress. It's so lovely to see.
The other thing that I was taken back by in Italy was not only do they eat late, but wine with every meal when I was there.
Lunch,
every meal.
Sure.
And everybody was in good shape. It was
lots of walking.
You so much walking.
Yeah. Lots of smoking.
That's not good for you. but it was incredible.
Yeah, but you know what? It's true. I went to Italy and I lost weight. I ate like a queen, but I was putting in like 25,000 steps a day.
That's amazing. I was doing the same, but I think I put on about 5 pounds.
You put on a few? Yeah. You know, though, here's one thing that I do love about Italian culture. One of the traditions we have in our families, anytime we travel to another country, we take a cooking class there. So I had the good fortune of taking one on a farm in Noto in Sicily. I've done it out in Siena with my daughters, a pasta making class. And in Italy, everything is done with love, with attention to detail, and with high quality ingredients. And it's just, and that's, you know, that's why we have such a love for Italian food, Italian culture. I mean, it's just, it is done with so much thought and affection. And I mean, the product speaks for itself.
Way to a man's heart, through the stomach, right there. And the wine. Of course, Italy, the largest wine producer in the world as well. Coming down the parade float, ARSA.
Associazione Regionale Siciliana in America.
Bravo.
The conglomerate of Sicilian organizations, again, of which we have an incredibly large community here in Chicago. They do very, very fine work.
So, Pasquale, you studied overseas. You did this when you were in college?
Yes, I did 1 year, my entire junior academic year in Rome. Best experience of my life.
Yeah, what stood out?
Well, we can start with the food. But
I thought you were going to start with the Italian women.
I'm trying to keep it a little PG here on air. So, but I also love the tradition of afternoon naps.
Yeah.
That's such a civilized thing. And you know what? You wake up, you feel refreshed and more productive.
I love a good nap.
It's also a matter of, you know, in the summertime, I mean, during the highest heat of the day, it's a way to kind of retreat and then come back out when temperatures are a little more comfortable. Maybe have your afternoon gelato.
Yeah, we
just
have
not a cappuccino. No cappuccino after noon.
I've heard that.
We have Monday Night Football on ABC7 later with a pregame and postgame show. I'll definitely be taking a nap before that tonight. I Sing Sicily, another group that came in from Sicily just to celebrate with us today. I Sing Sicily is a mix of some of the most talented musicians in all of Italy. It's brand new initiative set to promote traditional Italian and Sicilian music under the direction of Maurizio Gallardo.
And of course, we had the Sicilian American Cultural Organization, SACA, and the Sicilian Bakery as part of this string of Sicilian delegation.
And you know, I got to get my father, 83 years young. He's doing great. He's a professional singer. I got to get him in the Columbus Day Parade next year to sing because he sings beautifully in Italian.
I would love to hear it. Here we say hello to the Marconi brand family of food products, the original Chicago style. So much history in the city here. Founded in 1898, they have provided the Chicago area with food products at the highest quality. We talked a little bit about that. And
here's
high quality food.
Greg with the gift.
Yes. Some Marconi Gianera.
Look at that.
Best. I have a jar each year. I save a jar and I put it in my desk and I just eat through it for the entire year.
Bravo.
Yeah, there you go.
Again,
all right.
a very distinctly Chicago food item.
Can I bring some pasta, some sandwiches?
I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll grab some beef.
Submit our order. Yeah, thank you, Greg. Appreciate that.
You got to have the giardiniera. So if you had to live off of one food for the rest of your life, Tanya, one Italian dish, what is it?
Oh my gosh, wow, that is a hard one. I love so many. I love gnocchi. I love we made fresh ravioli. You know what? I have to go. It's so simple. Prosciutto, some mozzarella, drizzled with olive oil, a little balsamico, and it is perfect to me.
Yeah,
I go linguine vongole. Pasta with clams.
The clams. Well done, well done.
I'm going with that rigatoni chiaverini. The Cheese Merchants, you got to have cheese if you're going to have Italian food. The Cheese Merchants, founded in 1898 by Pasquale Greco of Greco & Sons. More than 2 decades in the hard Italian cheese arena. Cheese Merchants now operates out of a 300,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. CC Santana on their float performing.
This is Christine Belpedio School of Dance. For 40 years, an award-winning dance studio offering a variety of dance classes. Kids starting out here at the age of 3. Look how lovely they look.
See, and this is what you missed out on, Tanya. You said you're not a dancer?
So,
you got to be introduced young,
But I did traditional folkloric dancing, just not Italian folkloric dancing.
You can fit
But I had a tambourine, too. I can use a tambourine. That I can do.
Beautiful outfits, beautiful culture, dancing.
And also other cultures cultures represented here with these dancers. At the Belpedio School of Dance, they have Latin dancing, hip-hop, Mexican folkloric dances as well.
See? You can jump right in, Tanya.
All right.
Pasquale, we have a lot of different cultures and regions. We talk about how many different, areas are represented here in this parade. Any guesses this year?
Well, let's start with Italy alone. You have 20 different regions. This year, we're honoring the region of Sicily. Last year it was Puglia, and we'll get around to all of them. But then, of course, the multicultural component. You have, various representatives of all of what makes Chicago a great city. My grandfather used to say, melting pot is not a term that does justice to what our country's all about. It's really a mosaic because each color should be highlighted, and that vibrancy adds to the collection of its greatness.
Beautifully said. Coming down State Street, Crete Moni, the high school marching band, home of the Warriors. They're a comprehensive four-year high school. Their student body represents a wide range of social, cultural, and religious backgrounds, and this diversity has helped create a well-blended school environment to better prepare for success.
Did I just hear we love Channel 7?
I think so.
I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, or somebody crushing on Greg Dutra, maybe? I got a smooch. It wasn't on TV, right in the booth. Someone came up, smooched me.
Somebody
and
kissed you?
It kept going.
Aww.
Yeah. We got the kissing bandit on Columbus Day.
I mean, if they're Italian, they should be doing it at least twice.
Both times, yeah.
It's the Ryan
cheek.
fan club.
That's it.
Luca Restaurant there.
Luca Osteria in Oak Brook, our dear friends Claudio Oliveri and Steve Hartenstein, bringing a taste of Tuscany to the Chicagoland area. Fine food and family establishment.
So
What is it, bistecca fiorentina?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't get out to the suburbs too much, but when I do, I like to try to go to Luca.
And when you want to have an entire side of a cow, that's exactly what you order.
Luca, of course, the walled city, which is home to the family of my grandmother, Carlo Verde.
I've also heard it's, kind of a gem. You've got Tuscany, and on the road from Tuscany to Pisa, you pass through Lucca, and it's just this pristine little place that's worth its very own stop.
It really is. You know what? Like we said, you put a pin on a map, you go anywhere in Italy, you won't be disappointed.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you there. Franklin Park Plumbing started in 1947, focused on commercial and industrial plumbing, sewer and water. Brothers Tony and Giuliano Petrucci are keeping the tradition and the legacy alive. Petrucci Brothers.
Harlem Avenue Little Italy Business Association coming down the pipe. It's President Gino Bartucci, who recently started what I would like to call the Chipotle of Italian cuisine. Grab and go, mix and match pasta, Pasta Via, right here in the Chicago's Fulton Market District.
Look at this young martial artist. Harlem Avenue, Little Italy. Do you spend a lot of time in Little Italy, Pasquale?
There's a grand debate over what the true Little Italy really is here in Chicago. Of course, historically Taylor Street, Harlem Avenue probably now still has many more Italians living there. But it was also historically a very regional question because many of the immigrants from Body settled on Grand Avenue, like my grandmother, over where Las Carola is. In Old Town, there was a very large Sicilian community. Again, Tuscans and 24th and Oakley. So there are several Little Italys, and I don't think you can put me on the spot to choose which is the true one right now.
You know what's beautiful, though, is we talk about this tradition of bringing your family over, of starting these family-owned restaurants. This is not something that just magically stopped. It's something that happens to this day. Out in Wicker Park, Tortello, Dario Moni from Veneto brought his family from over, you know, he had his kids here, but his wife as well. They moved here. They opened up their beautiful pasta restaurant out in Wicker Park, and some of the best handmade pasta that you'll have in the city.
And some of my Italian friends say that they didn't choose to go into the Italian restaurant business. It chose them.
Yeah.
Long, lineage of family members passing restaurants down, and we have so many great ones here in Chicago.
Restaurants and culinary traditions as well.
You got it. Oh, OG. You've been to OG? OGGI?
I have not. I've heard great things.
Great things. Used to be on Grand. They recently moved to Chicago Avenue on the West Loop, West Side.
There's so many, Tufano's down by UIC, terrific restaurant. Piccolo Sogno is yet another.
Oh, such a good one.
I'm getting hungry. We've been talking about food so much.
Tony Priolo from Piccolo Sogno.
Wonderful man.
Wonderful man.
And
He does so much for the community. Perillo now with a couple of its vehicles.
Always riding in style.
And if I'm not mistaken, just behind them, I believe we have Calabresi in America.
Yeah, Perillo, of course, a very familiar name here in Chicago. Joe Perillo, providing gorgeous transportation for our 2025 Columbus Day Parade. Can't go wrong with the convertible, and we got the weather for the convertible.
Daniela Crocco, our national anthem singer, beautiful voice.
And there is Calabresi in America. The Calabresi American organization working closely with the region of Calabria with scholarship and student exchange programs, an annual trip of more than 120 lucky travelers to Italia. Parade organizers want to thank the Toronto family and the Calabresi in America president Gina. I'm going to try to get it. It's a lot of consonants. Badagliaccia.
Very good.
Performing on the float, Frankie Setta.
Now, I know you're not fluent in Italian, but you are fluent in other languages.
I am, but fun fact, about 1 million years ago, I was a classically trained vocalist, and the first foreign language I learned how to sing in was Italian.
Beautiful.
Because, where do the best singers in the world come from?
Of course, Italia. They know how to have fun on that float.
The Calabresi, spicy food and hard heads. Like I said, of course, thank you to the Toronto family. Always an integral part of our parade.
Frankie Setta performing on the Calabresi in America float. Citywide Disposal making its way down State Street.
Citywide Disposal, owned and operated by Anthony Barbara, the son of parade chairman Fred Barbara. At Citywide Disposal, their motto is no corporate attitude, just family gratitude.
Anthony Bertucci.
Marina Cartage. It's in loving memory of Anthony Minnie Bertucci, founder of Marina Cartage. Thank you to the Mike Taden family.
Fideli di Padre Pio, the organization celebrating the devotion to St. Padre Pio, an Italian priest who dedicated his life to the poor with great piety and humility. Also, while we're talking about the Heavenly Father, can we give a shout out to our own Pope Leo, our own Chicagoan, who's now the head of the Catholic Church in Vatican City.
And the most popular White Sox fan on the planet.
I'd say so. Who's Greg hanging out with right now?
And yet another Chicago connection, Phil Stefani of Stefani Restaurant Group, Tavern on Rush, among many other restaurants, is actually partnering with the Vatican to open up a restaurant in Rome so that we'll have a beautiful little taste of Chicago in the Holy See.
Greg, let's check in with you, buddy.
Yeah, guys, I'm on the Casa Italia float, of course, the cultural center that's out there in Stone Park, around Melrose Park type area. And look who I'm joined by, another Pasquale Esposito. Thanks for coming out.
A joy to be here with all of you, celebrating Italy and this wonderful heritage.
Fantastic day by Chicago fall standards we got going on here. What do you think about State Street in Chicago?
It's always a joy. The community is so strong. Looking forward to come back on the 26th
with a show dedicated to Sophia Loren with the beautiful son of Sophia Loren, Carlo Ponti, and she will join us on a video, so it will be very amazing.
All right, thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate having you guys. I'll get off your phone. You can enjoy the rest of the parade, guys.
Now that is a beautifully dressed man right there, looking very
Pocket
chic.
square and all.
Double-breasted suit.
Is there an art to folding the pocket square, Ryan?
You know, I think there is, but for me, I just go with however it goes in the pocket, pretty much. But you talk about Italian culture. Italian clothing is very important to our culture.
Well, you know, Prada, Valentino, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, down the line, really lead the way in the industry. And there's no question that Italians have a great eye.
Casa Italia, the float coming down State Street. For over 25 years, Casa Italia has been the center of Italian cultural programming in the Chicagoland Italian community. Language classes, kids summer camp, Christmas village, and so many other initiatives are keeping Italian values and traditions alive in the Chicago area, and a big thanks to Casa Italia.
For our friends at home who don't speak Italian, should we give them a little bit of a lesson? What are the basics? So you've got good afternoon. I learned that today.
Buon pomeriggio.
Buon pomeriggio.
Which is really not colloquially said a lot. You typically transfer from buongiorno to buonasera around 1, 2 o'clock, and not too many people are going to say buon pomeriggio.
2 words that served me well in Italy: grazie and prego.
Yep.
Thank
you. You're welcome.
My P's and Q's.
And vino.
And vino. Vino, per favore.
Vino.
Gotta have the vino.
Beautiful wine.
A lot of espressos, too. 14 billion espressos are consumed in Italy each year. A little fun fact for you there.
Next up, we have Chicago West Suburban Unico, founded in 1922. It's the largest Italian-American service organization in the United States. Their motto is service above self. The name Unico was selected best representing the nature and the character of the organization, and the Italian word for unique, one of a kind. Founders believe that Unico would be the only one of its kind because it placed service to the community before and above fraternity.
We're seeing our American flag and our Italy flags flying, representing both cultures today.
And a gentleman on that float too, wearing an Italia shirt and a shy hat. How beautiful is that? I love it.
Love it. From the day I arrived in Chicago, the Italian-American community just welcomed me with open arms. The first thing they said was, "You're pronouncing your name wrong." I said, I know. I said, you know how it goes. It gets passed down to generations, and a couple of generations ago when my family came here on the East Coast, it was like you had to be Italian, you had to be American and not speak Italian. But now, that's all changed. So Cavarini today. Tony Ocean in the house. Tony Ocean, one of Chicago area's most popular entertainers with his family. His daily show, Ocean's Pit, features exciting guests and great interviews, and he's joined on the float by Louis Pipes, Jerry Jams, Renda. Today he's also sponsored by Junior's Ace Hardware, Positano Restaurant in Oak Brook and Wheaton, and Armando's Supermarket in Elgin. Tony Ocean. Industria Services coming down State Street now.
Speaking of, I had my gelato comment earlier. I should have saved it for this. After the Industria Construction Services, we've got our flags waving there, our folks on the big bus saying, "Hello, folks. Glad to be here." And just behind them, we have Vero Coffee and Gelato, the Lolino family, one of the country's top producers of artisan gelato, Sicilian-style retail pizza, and gourmet coffee through their business, Vero Coffee and Gelato.
See, now I'm tempted to run over on that truck. They got to have some goods for us.
And they make the finest in the business. You'll find them at Mariano's and just about every Italian restaurant here in Chicago. Rosebud Group, Gibson's Group, Lettuce. You name one of the top restaurants that are in there.
You brought more food?
I got a boatload.
Look, Ryan, ask and you shall receive.
Let's see what we got here.
Pints of gelato, hand delivered by Greg.
And of course, course, we know the container's green, but the good pistachio gelato is brown, right?
Vero pistacchio siciliano.
Here we go.
From Bronte.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Fresh pistachio from Bronte, Sicily.
I don't know if Chicago pothole is an official Italian flavor, but in Chicago it sure is.
I got pistachio, Sicilia.
And
Beautiful.
that, of course, one of the hallmark products, culinary products from Sicily, is the pistachios there.
And
lots
almond,
of pistachio cream,
which were brought by the Arabs during that period in Sicily.
Now, did you find gelato to be different in Italy as opposed to the States? I ate enough of it. I should know.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like it here.
Yeah.
I've yet to find gelato in America that tastes like gelato in Italy, but it might also be a matter of place.
Absolutely. And this is a special group for you, Pasquale. Tell us about it.
Yes, the Avanti group of young Italian-American professionals. We are a division of the Joint Civic Committee, and we welcome Italian-Americans ages 21 to 35 with professional, cultural, and social experiences that focus on Italian heritage, traditions, and culture. President, I'll give myself a shout out, Pasquale Gianni, of course, co-founder and president, along with my co-founder and Vice President Nicolette Lolino, who's marching and leading the delegation there on the street. So Forza Avanti. We're growing every day, and please join us.
And it's more than a social club, right? It's an educational group as well, Pasquale.
Absolutely. We connect and promote young Italian Americans with their culture, and of course we have wonderful programming that we do, informing, of course, fighting against stereotypes, but also informing next generation so that they could become an integral part of the leadership, the future of our community.
Now we've got Buona Beef and Rainbow Cone, two vehicles here with bubbles blowing out the side. A Chicago beloved tradition since 1981. The Buona Volante family providing an Italian beef recipe like none other. World famous, right? Generation after generation, the homemade flavor of their Italian beef and sausage keeps the old school taste alive. A beloved Chicago tradition here. And speaking of tradition, Buona has taken the 95-year-old Rainbow Cone. They've brought it to new generations, new locations. They've been expanding around the city.
Yeah, we got our Italian beef and we got our rainbow cone. We got our gelato. I think we're going to be pretty set. The Pan American Bank and Trust, independently owned bank based in Melrose Park. Pan American Bank, led by Nick Giuliano and Frank Cerrone. Serves many communities with several branches and countless happy customers. Pan American Bank salutes the Frenoy Italian American magazine, Chicagoland's Italian American voice for more than 6 decades. Whether you trace your roots in Italy or not, Frenoy helps you embrace your inner Italian. I've been lucky enough to be on the cover of the Frenoy. Pasquale, you better be on the cover of Frenoy. Have you been?
Well, yes, and I run a monthly column entitled Gioventù, which focuses on youth issues within our community. My grandfather, of course, was a columnist for many, many years. Our Chicagoland Italian-American publication.
What a beautiful thing that you've carried on so many of the traditions and so many of the meaningful contributions that your family has made over the course of generations. I mean, you are just a veritable fountain of knowledge here, and it's such a pleasure to be doing this broadcast with you. But it's so lovely to get to learn about your family and then to see how you're carrying on those traditions.
That's lovely to hear. Thank you so much, Tanya. It's a great honor for me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
We've seen you grow up before our very eyes, literally, and now he hosts the Dante Awards every year, and you do a great job with that as well, Pasquale. So we saw Angelo Caputo Fresh Markets, everybody familiar with them here in Chicago. Started as an Italian immigrant looking to live out the American dream, flourished into 10 stores throughout the Chicagoland area. Also the Knights of Columbus, Santa Maria ship replica, and the Marchers, established in 1882 by Irish Catholic priest who really just wanted to unite men by their faith and provide for Catholic families in times of need. Guided by the principles of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism, members of the Knights work to overcome the hardships people face in their parishes and communities. Big thank you to the Knights, who annually participate in just about all of our Italian-American events.
We just saw that picture of Fred Barbara again. he is truly one of Chicago's finest. And from the outset, when he was a little hesitant to accept the chairmanship, he said, "I'm going to do this for my family." So this parade, of course, dedicated to his wonderful family, his wife Lisa, and all of his children and grandchildren.
The region of Puglia float. The Federation of Pugliese Organizations in Chicago, led by its president, Pat Capriati. Also the host of the popular podcast, Domenica Insieme, every Sunday morning.
Shout out to my family in Puglia from Modugno, home of my grandmother Rosa. And grazie Pasquale Capriati for leading, of course, our Puglia delegation every year here in the parade.
Look at these rides. Man, gorgeous cars.
Italians take pride in the automobile, Pasquale. You know that.
Well, you know, you talk about Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, Pagani. I don't think there are better driving machines on planet Earth. They're certainly not meant to be everyday cars, but the attention to detail, just like everything Italian, made with love.
Yeah, and Diavola, Auto Sprint Classic, imported Italian cars, 30 cars imported from Italy and driven by local collectors and auto enthusiasts. Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Maserati, Lamborghini, and others participate in this parade every year. It's always a fan favorite. I know it's my favorite. Displaying masterful automotive products that Italy produces. Big thank you to John Diavola for putting them all together for us. It would be tough to pick just one, but it would be fun to test drive a few.
And I've talked about this before, but what Italians are so keen on is this aesthetics. Everything that they do with this forward-looking eye. When they build a car and they make art and procure fashion or architecture or make music, it's this Italian infatuation with beauty and aesthetics.
And I remember taking my first, when I took my first trip to Italy, you feel like you are home. When you're in the home country, it's like you understand your lineage a lot more and why maybe you have taste in certain things. Maybe why you like beautiful artwork or why you love these beautiful automobiles. But it's until you go there, you don't sort of understand your own culture. And it was life-changing for me.
Enlightening for sure.
How old were you when you went for the first time, Ryan?
Old.
Really?
Yeah, I was in my 20s already. I didn't get to go as a child. My father was the second generation here. He grew up on the East Coast. He's gone back a couple of times. Well, I know we have a lot of Gavarinis in the region, but
What
we got to
region?
go back.
Remind me what region?
In Abruzzo and Tuscany.
Okay. Well, it explains your love of wine.
My love of wine.
Both wonderful wine regions in Italy.
We just had the village of Niles pass us, and thanks to Mayor George Apogianis.
Yes, and you see our own piano man, Nick Hygis, and George D. Alpogianis, the village mayor. It's been the sister city with Pisa since 1991, built in 1934. Niles has a half replica of the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa, located on Tui Avenue if you haven't seen that.
Region of Campania.
Oh, the Wienermobile!
You know, guys, we've got Italian beef, and then there's the Wienermobile.
Gotta have the Wienermobile. Yeah, since 1936, the Oscar Mayer Company has used a Wienermobile to promote the hot dog that was introduced at the 1904 World's Fair. So this year, the Wienermobile is Italian, celebrating European roots. I mean,
everyone's Italian today.
Everyone.
Italian. And you understand this European unity thing. I mean, the beautiful thing about traveling in Europe is its proximity. One of my favorite stories that my father told me about when he was growing up in Belgrade. It was...
Spinozato.
There we go. All right. Vito knows how to captivate an audience.
He sure does. Vito Zatto, Chicago's one of our favorite entertainers.
So quickly wrap up this story. My dad used to go to Rome to buy Levi's jeans because he couldn't get them in Belgrade, and then he'd bring them back and sell them for a profit.
There you go.
A businessman from the start. Greg Dutra out on the parade route now.
You guys were talking about fashion icons, right? And I completely agree so far, but look who's blowing everybody out of the water. It's AJ. He's got the Italian jacket. He's got the hat. It's AJ's first time out here. And join by another first-timer as well from Italy, right? What's your name?
Julia.
Julia, how do you like the parade so far?
I love it.
That's awesome. And, so I'm a dad of 3. I don't get to do the spoil the kids type deal, so, I don't get to do the uncle treatment. So here's a bunch of sugar for your kids, some gelato to bring home from the parade. And what do you think so far?
It's amazing. It's amazing, the presence and the energy here. I will come back now every year just to see how great it is.
Well, and you were saying you've been here for a number of years and you wanted to bring everybody down and experience kind of what it's like on stage so you show everybody else. Why do you think a day like today is so important to
It's important because, you forget the importance of Columbus and the impact he had on, Chicago and everywhere. So we're glad to celebrate it as a family. And with our au pair, Julia, who's directly from Italy, what better way to show the importance of Italian American in Chicago than here? So,
well, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the sugar, kids. She's already trying to get in it again. It's the uncle thing. I don't get to do it very often. Usually I'm laying down the law. So go wild, kids. Skip the nap. Have fun. Watch 2 hours of TV today. All right, see you guys. Enjoy the parade.
Yeah, AJ, he is dressed to the nines with his Italia swag. Pasquale, what's your earliest memory of being at the Columbus Day Parade?
I've been coming my whole life. As I mentioned, my grandfather was in this very booth for 46 years.
Yes.
And he always instilled in me the importance of this holiday. Really, the Columbian voyages represent the mass coming together, the modernization of the globe, importation of modern medicine and civil society and sanitation on a mass scale. The university system, first university in the world, the University of Bologna, founded in 1088, brought here by the Europeans as a result of Columbus's voyage. So it's really the celebration of multiculturalism, and that's all on display right here today.
Marching band from Proviso East.
Yeah, we have several marching bands. Every year they show up in a big way, and they perform for us. Let's take a quick listen. So many great high school football teams in our area. Good luck to all of our athletes. Good luck to our Bears tonight. Monday Night Football.
Bob Fioretti.
Former Alderman Bob Fioretti.
Serving as a dignitary this year. Bob has always been supportive of his culture and heritage.
His lovely wife, Nikki Pecori.
Pasquale, you ever going to run for office?
Oh, wow, the pause. The pause.
No.
He would be great.
It's better to be the kingmaker than the king.
You're more behind-the-scenes guy then.
Exactly that.
The Pizza Company food truck, Silvana and Nino Faso, proudly creating authentic handmade pizza in an old-world rustic way. They have one of the most popular food trucks in the area, and I'm wondering if Greg Dutra can get us a slice. He's brought us over gelato.
Yep.
We have giardiniera. How about some pizza?
Yeah, and some spoons for the gelato.
Can you hear us, Greg? Work your magic.
Hey, guys, listen, I would try, but some Ferraris are just coming down the street now, so a little distracted. I can't wait to make all the Formula One jokes at them since McLaren wrapped up the constructors.
Yeah, the Italian sports car is always my favorite part. That will be coming up shortly. The Bishop Knoll Marching Band, a Catholic high school in Hammond, Indiana, known for winning national awards, including the Liberty Bowl. I love that some of these high school bands get to perform at these college bowl games, and we've seen that quite a bit. The Warriors sound great. Now I gotta drum. No, that one's out. You need it in the band, and I commend those who play it.
Can you picture Ryan Chiaverini with a flute?
Well, Ryan is in a band of his own.
He is. Can you bring your guitar to the marching band?
The guitar, yeah. We haven't seen too many electric guitars, but we have seen quite a few performances and some great voices out there.
Do you hear the engines, folks? This is Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and Fiat of Naperville. Lowest prices, highest quality. Wholesale prices on all brands and makes, they say. Also some brand new vehicles. I'm telling you, those engines, man. You can hear them from a mile away.
Fire those babies up. Yeah, opened in 2022. Owner Adam Jizz has been a supporter of the community for decades. Maserati of Nashville is an award winner when it comes to service, and the prices truly cannot be beat. Look at your screen right now.
Prices that can't be beat, but can I get someone to subsidize it so that I can cruise around in one of these babies?
Yeah.
I kind of like the yellow one. I'd like to submit my request to Santa.
Yeah, the Ferrari Club of America. I mean, that would be a tough choice.
Listen to those engines rev. Your neighbor might not be too happy if you buy one of those.
You're not right, especially when I'm driving it in at 3:30 in the morning.
Just gorgeous. I always think of, I know this isn't the same model, but I always think of Ferris Bueller's Day Off and stealing the Ferrari and taking it joyriding. That's where I'm tempted to do now.
Cameron.
I mean, shot in Chicago, let's recreate it.
Let's go. We got plenty of choices. Beautiful red Ferrari.
And a beautiful representation of, like you said, the mosaic of American culture. The Italian flag and the American flag flying side by side.
I saw Magnum PI Ferrari in that line. I think he might have made the Ferrari the most famous in the 80s. The mustache and the Ferrari.
I love the throwback vehicles.
Yeah.
Look at the yellow rims on that one. Beautiful car.
That looks like it just came out of the factory floor.
Right? Oh, look at the little guy behind him.
Little Fiat. Oh, we got our Vespas coming up.
Is there anything more Italian than watching Vespas ride down the road? And try not to get hit by one.
It's a great way to get around, too.
I love the sidecar, too. Sweet little faces in it.
Our own Cheryl Scott has a Vespa.
She does?
Yeah, she drives it to work once in a while.
We share a parking spot, so I don't usually get to see it. I'm usually gone, so she can roll in with her Vespa. San Rocco di Potenza.
They're in their 123rd year in Chicago, located at St. William's Church, the oldest St. Rocco society in the Chicagoland area, and one of the oldest in the country. Their goal and mission is to keep the devotion to San Rocco alive through their annual feast and charitable causes.
All right, I got a fun fact about Italy. You might already know this, Pasquale, so I'm going to test Tanya.
Okay, hit me.
How many of Shakespeare's plays are set in Italy?
Oh, my gosh.
Of the 38.
Okay, thank you for giving me a baseline.
Yeah.
Wow. 18.
Close. 13.
Okay.
13 of Shakespeare's
All right, I went over
38
those,
plays.
so I lose. I was going to guess a dozen, but I didn't want to undershoot.
I'm taking the gelato away.
And of course, the most famous among them, the star-crossed lovers in Verona.
Romeo and Julieta. I still remember the first few. I can still recite the beginning of that, by the way.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, how does it start, though? What's the first line?
Pasquale.
I'm trying to remember now.
Here we go. We got to listen to it. The cover by Old Blue Eyes.
Two star-crossed lovers. That's been a minute. All right, I need to refresh my memory then. Marchigiana Society of Chicago.
And you were hearing the classic Frank Sinatra song, You Can't Have the Columbus Day Parade Without a Little Chicago, right?
Good old Blue Eyes. Tanya's really becoming an expert at the pronunciation.
I'm learning, it's kind of starting to roll off the tongue, and you're an excellent teacher. Thank you. The Marchigiana Society of Chicago, chartered in 1907. Society President Ronald Lucarini has been its longest-serving president since the club was founded. I'm a quick study.
Well, we talked about, how many languages do you speak?
4.
4 languages. What are they?
English, obviously. I'm fluent in French. I grew up going to French school. My dad is from Serbia, so I speak Serbian, and my mother is Chilean, so I've got Spanish in there.
By next year, Pasquale, she's going to be teaching us.
That'd be nice.
Will County Italian American Club.
I will say this. If I were to learn a fifth language, it would be Italian.
Yeah.
And I may yet.
Every year after this parade, I always say, I'm going to start studying now, and by next year, I'll be there. But then I get distracted by things, but this is going to be the year.
It's really not, it's not too difficult, in my opinion, to learn as a second language. Everything in Italian is pronounced exactly the way it's spelled.
Look at this.
Oh, we got our Italian flags coming to the booth. Grazie, grazie.
Grazie mille.
Yeah, the Will County Italian American Association, established in 2022, located in the southwest suburbs. And the theme this year is family. The float is adorned with their family pictures, proudly displaying generations of Italian heritage and pride. They're a charitable organization focused on celebrating Italian culture. You got to look them up when you're out south.
Dare I say the theme every year when it comes to Italy is family.
There we go.
That's how you roll.
Family. We got our family in the booth right here. Ryan Gavarini, Tanya Babiccio.
Babiccio.
Pasquale Gianni. What a great day to celebrate Italian culture, American culture, and all cultures coming together to celebrate Columbus Day 2025.
Our next float here, the Pulaski International School of Chicago, the Marching Sabres. They've got an IB program. It's located in the Bucktown neighborhood. Principal Mrs. Diana Ricassi and Assistant Principal Mrs. Liz Waltmeyer. They work hard to continue the school's reputation for excellence. We've got the Marching Sabres directed by Mr. Jermaine Green.
So I was saying, if you're learning English as a second language and you look at the word though, T-H-O-U-G-H, who on God's green earth would think that'd be pronounced though? In Italian, everything is pronounced exactly the way you read it. So in my estimation, it's easier to learn.
Well, wait a minute. Because there have been a lot of GLs that I've seen in my script today that are just L's, right? Like battaglia instead of battaglia.
The soft G.
The soft G, yes. So
a few tricks.
I'm with you, though.
In Italian, the G, familia,
yeah.
you don't, but in the Sicilian dialect, famiglia, you go with the hard G.
And hey, did you know October is also Polish American Heritage Month? And we got our folk and dance theater and Polish American Congress vehicles. There's currently about 10 million Americans of Polish descent in the United States. And Pasquale, you talked about that earlier. A lot of Italian Polish, and Tanya, you spoke about that as well. The Polish Highlanders, one of the foremost Polish cultural groups in Chicago, filled with pride, great costumes and songs. And Marek Nedzinski and Agata Kopaka, national directors of the Polish American Congress, welcome.
It's one of the really cool distinctions that we have in the city of Chicago. You'll hear this about a lot of cultures. I've heard it said about the Serbian community, about the Polish community as well. Largest Polish community outside of Warsaw.
Absolutely correct. And they're wonderful people. They add such great vibrancy to our city, and they have terrific food. They're family-oriented people, and again, Chicago is the Polish community has left its mark on it, and very much for the positive.
And they're cruising down in some vintage Cadillacs, some Lincolns. A lot of beautiful vehicles in this parade. I think I'm still sticking with the Ferrari for now. So, Greg, if you can hijack one of those and bring it over.
He's still working on the pizza. All right, folks. We're going to take a quick break here from our broadcast, and we'll be back with more of ABC7 and the Columbus Day Parade out here in Chicago.
Injured? Call 312-6-million. That's Aiken Law.
To the Murdochs. Long may we live.
Amen.
There's been an accident.
The Murdochs are a South Carolina legal dynasty.
Did the Murdochs tell you not to talk to me?
How bad is this for us?
These are very powerful people. Go to the mirror. See what that man has to say.
Bell Tire, the official tire provider for ABC7 Eyewitness News. Bell Tire, we make sure buying tires doesn't feel like buying tires. That's how we're changing tires.
All season, the biggest football matchups are on ABC7. Tonight, the big game is here. Catch all the action starting at 7 on ABC7. Sponsored locally by your Chicagoland Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you sure? You tend to exaggerate. Go ahead. Call him yourself.
Thank you for calling Aetna. How can I help you?
Do you really have Medicare plans that cover dental, vision, and hearing?
Yes, all three. Plus, we have plans that include a monthly allowance for certain over-the-counter products.
Really?
That's right. Aetna also has Medicare Advantage plans with a $0 monthly plan premium.
Oh, I like that.
Don't wait. Call 1-888-AETNA-23 to find an Aetna Medicare Advantage plan that meets your unique needs.
Sports with Ryan Cheverini. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 on ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Injured? Call 312-6-million. That's Ainken Law.
The Italian flags waving with pride. Welcome back to the 2025 Columbus Day Parade. Gorgeous day in Chicago. Great day to celebrate Italian-American heritage and joining all cultures together.
You know, I did pick up a little bit of Italian when I was in Sicily this summer. You know what I heard a lot? I heard, ciao ragazzi. Like, hello, friends,
yes,
right?
Exactly that.
And
a warm greeting.
Pasquale, you were talking about this next float making its way down.
Oh, Panzi's, Italian Panzerotti House. It's the newest, hottest food truck in the Chicagoland area, serving an Italian pizza specialty that goes back generations. A Panzerotti is basically a deep-fried calzone, and if you're going to try one, it's got to be a Panzi's Panzerotti.
Because calzones aren't delicious enough.
They had to deep fry it and bring it up a notch.
That's it.
Wow, quite the bit, and I mean, quite the pizza truck there. It's a heavy-duty operation getting that deep fryer going.
Book it for your next birthday party.
B&A Health Provider visiting doctors, providing services to patients that are homebound across the Chicago area. It really is so meaningful to get care in the comfort of your own home. They have Chicago nurses for diabetes, and Lions Club provided diabetic supplies for free for those who are unable to receive it because of financial strain. What a wonderful service they provide.
Yes, we want to say grazie to all of our first responders, all of our medical teams, police and fire. Well represented here on Columbus Day on State Street. Chicago Nurses for Diabetes.
Then, of course, we have Petticone Brothers Landscaping joining us again this year. They provide professional landscape design, installation, seasonal maintenance, brick paving, and stone masonry for both commercial and residential properties. They produce high-grade plant materials at their 60-acre garden center in Volo, Illinois, and 105-acre nursery in Woodstock, Illinois. Frank, Sal, Antonio, Mario, and the employees take pride in their reputation for quality work and customer satisfaction.
Make a day out of it. Go to the Volo Auto Museum, check that out, and then go to the garden center. Pick something up for your garden.
That sounds like a plan to me as we are wrapping up the 2025 Columbus Day Parade with the final trucks making its way down State Street. And I gotta say, it is a bittersweet day for all of us here at ABC7. Today is parade number 65 for our producer, Kathy Karp, who worked so hard putting all of this together, and she has done it for 4 or 5 decades here with us at ABC7 and across the country. This will be Kathy Karp's final parade. And there she is in the truck.
Sweet Kathy, with the bottle of champagne that you so generously gave her in celebration of this last parade. Guys, when you see us here with these giant binders full of all of this information about these wonderful community organizations, it's Kathy. She's giving us the wrap. She's
never wants the attention.
She makes it easy for us. She really does.
She did not want us to put her on TV and give her this kind of recognition.
Too bad, Kathy.
That was very tense. Thank you there, Kathy. But you know what, sweetheart? You deserve it. Greg Dutra down on the parade.
Yeah, she's like rapping and sending it to Greg. I'm like, no, slow it down, slow it down. Hey, a fantastic parade, of course. We've had tons of folks in from Italy. We've had people from Chicago. We've had people who live both places to sing us out. We have the band from Sicily, Ottone Anamati. Take it away, guys, right from the Chicago Theater.
say it. Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
And Kathy has done it her way for many years here at ABC. Enjoy your retirement. We love you, Kathy. Tanya Babich, your first.
Oh, no, it's not Tanya Babich today.
Babiccio.
Tanya Babiccio. Such an honor to be. Ryan, thanks for letting me share this with you, and Pasquale with you as well. It has been my pleasure to be a part of this broadcast.
I mean, is there any better parade route than State Street in downtown Chicago?
Yeah, and I was a little worried because there was a lot of construction a couple of days ago, but I think thanks to the Chicago Marathon, that was more enticing to get it cleaned up for us, and it's been a perfect Columbus Day here on State Street. Beautiful music, beautiful people, food, culture, and family.
Oh, can we get? Has the gelato melted?
Oh, it is.
Can we
it is melting.
Get ourselves some.
We're still waiting on the spoon from Greg.
We need to do the taste test.
Yes, but we want to thank you all for joining us for this broadcast. On behalf of Tanya Babiccio, Pasquale Gianni, all the great people at ABC7 in the truck, our police, our fire, sanitation, for helping make this parade happen.